Hello, folks. Rob Morris here with Mobile Pirate Radio. We've got a special guest in the studio today. We're going to talk to Mr. Tyran Colvin, who's running for mayor of Chickasaw. Mayor Colvin, thank you for joining me.
Hey, Rob, thank you for having me in this beautiful studio. A lot of people don't know what they walk into when they're walking in here, and I'm just going to tell folks to kind of give them a visual. I walk into a very beautiful garden on the outside. It's just I don't know what you call it, but
Courtyard.
A courtyard, yeah, a court. That's what it is. But your studio is looking at a very beautiful courtyard, and one day I want to do an interview out there.
Oh, Howard and I both plan to do the Sunday show in the fall in the courtyard.
Oh, it's so nice out here. You got a beautiful studio, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Well, listen, Tyran, election is only 19 days away. Are you anxious?
You know, I work so dadgum much, and it's just here before you know it. And, you know, I can remember when I started January the 18th. It seems so far away, but now look at us. It's right up on us. I knew it would be like this. I told my supporters that, hey, look, I'm getting, you know, because people would ask me, why are you starting so early? I'm like, well, you've got a lot of people in Chickasaw that you got to get the word out to, and so you've got to, I'm the only candidate that started early. Everybody else started way late. But I started early because I knew the message that I wanted to deliver, and it just, it takes a while to get that out. So, you know.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Tyran.
So I was born, I say born and raised. I was born in Mobile, but raised in Pritchard. And, you know, my humble beginnings. Anyway, I was a product of Pritchard up until I was 18 years old, graduated from Viger High School. I started work at the ripe old age of 14 years old.
Wow.
I had to because we were dirt poor. I say dirt poor. I don't know about dirt poor, but I couldn't really have anything other than necessities. So anything that I wanted extra, I had to work for.
And your first job, if I recall, was at some hamburger joint?
It was a place called Tom's Dairy Trees.
Tom's, that's right.
Yeah, that's right, right down the street from Viger High School. You probably know where it is.
I remember the place. It's been so long, but yeah, I remember.
So I wanted a stereo system really, really bad, and you know, I like music, and you know, back then, you know, I thought I wanted to be a DJ. You know, you actually became one.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and but that's what I wanted to do, and I wanted all this fancy equipment and everything, and my parents just had no way of paying for anything like that. And so my dad said, well, if you want anything, you got to go to work for it. You got to get a job. And
that's right.
I think he was thinking about later in life, but I was thinking about now at 14.
You wanted that stereo.
I wanted it now. And so I asked him if I got a job, could I work if I got a job? He says, yeah. Well, I went out and started asking everybody I could think of, and by the end of the week, I had a job at Tom's making hamburgers and banana splits. But it was exactly what I needed to get what I wanted.
That's awesome. Full disclosure, my first job was the Dizzy Dip.
No way. How about that? Yeah. That's funny.
Well, tell us, if you're elected mayor, how's your health? Are you going to be able to serve the full term?
Yeah, well, I think you probably know a little bit about my background. I feel great, and I don't know how I look, but I feel great.
You look great.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing well. You know, I've had a bout with leukemia. I was a leukemia patient at one time, and but I've been in remission since 2019. And according to my docs, I do have a doctor team, and according to my doctors, they all tell me that you know, if I keep going the way that I'm going, I should be fine. But they've got treatments that they can do now that are not as harsh on me as what I had to go through back when I was taking treatment. I had to take that chemo and everything. That's just horrible.
I hear that's rough, and I'm sorry you had to go through that, Tyran. As a matter of fact, you know, we lost track with each other for a while there, and just got reconnected just not too long ago. So I didn't even know all that about it.
Well, I had leukemia. I got diagnosed in 2014, and I didn't. I lived with it until 2019 when it just got so bad I couldn't do anything with it anymore, and then so I had to take treatments, and the treatments are almost as bad as the leukemia itself.
That's what I hear.
And I several times I wanted to quit, but I kept pressing through and persevering. I kept my eye on the prize, and ultimately it paid off. The prize was getting healthy, and you just have to keep your eye on the prize, and but it was tough. We made it, but health wise, I'm great.
God love you.
Yeah.
I see that. You're looking good.
Yep, thank you.
Look, tell everyone why you wanted to run for political office to start with.
Well, it's not so much political office. It was seeing a need for fixing something that I perceive as needing some help. Not that it's so much that it's broke, but it's just needs some help. And I don't fault the people that are in office that are running the city in any municipality. I don't fault anywhere if things are not going well. I don't really so much fault our people in Chickasaw because they're doing the best that they can.
I mean, not the citizens.
Yeah, they're doing the best that they can, I feel like, but it's just like I used to coach Little League sports, okay? And
awesome.
And all the kids, they want to be the pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them, all the mamas and daddies think their kid needs to be the pitcher.
The star pitchers, Mikey.
But when they get out on the field and you start coaching them, you realize, you need to be in the center field, left field. You're not going to make it as a pitcher. And so sometimes the way I see it is that we have really good people and their heart's in the right place because they serve, and I didn't put my name in the hat to serve, so I have to look at me and go, well, I'm just as much to blame as anybody else because I haven't stepped up and done anything for my community.
There you go.
So, I haven't, what about, so I'm not going to sit back and complain. That's why I don't want to throw stones at anyone because they're doing the best that they can. But if you're not in the daily grind to be in the business world, you may not see things like a businessman would. And that's what I see. Is that our leadership, they're not in the business world because that's not their career. That's not what they do every day. And I can see things that I would have done differently. I'm not criticizing them, but I just see things that I would have done differently because of being in the business world. And I've had my nose bloodied many, many times, figuratively speaking. But I've had my nose bloodied many, many times in the business world, and I've been in the fight, and I've been in the trenches, and I know what it's all about. And time has helped me to gain wisdom about things, and so I see things just a little differently. And
from the outside,
And so I'm here at my retirement years, and I was honestly planning on retiring. And had no intentions of ever running for office. But our poor little city it's suffering, and it hasn't had really any kind of positive development in a long time. And my wife, she knows my skill, my background, she knows what I'm capable of. And she honestly was the one who pushed me or got me to thinking about this. And she said, your professional skill and your professional abilities of what you do every day would make you a great mayor because you do this for your own company.
And what is your unique qualifications that you possess that makes you a good candidate for Mayor Chickasaw?
Well, maybe so much, I don't know if it would be necessarily unique, but it would be great for Chickasaw because of what we're lacking. So I feel like I bring the things that is lacking in Chickasaw. One being I'm experienced and I'm well versed in marketing, and we don't have a marketing plan in Chickasaw.
Wow.
We don't have anything. I mean, have you heard anything?
No, I have not.
Okay, well there you go. I mean, you never hear about anything positive happening in Chickasaw.
Is there anything you've been campaigning? I've seen you on Facebook. You're all over Chickasaw, just about every other day, especially on the weekends. You got a towel on your around your neck, around your shoulder there, so you can dry off in the heat. But you have been campaigning a lot in Chickasaw. What are some of the things that you're learning about the community as you're campaigning?
Man, that's a great question.
Well, thank you.
It is great because it's something that you don't normally think about. Since I've been campaigning, my advice to anyone that's watching is that I think everybody needs to campaign or run for office at least one time in their life.
Wow.
And the reason why is you find out some things that you don't know when you're sitting back or when you're just in your daily routine and you go home, you leave for work, you play in your community, but you don't really think about all these things. So I've been out in the different community, and our city is no different than everyone else. We've got different economic sectors, and every one of those sectors has their own unique need. Right. And their own unique wants and everything. And so what one group may want or need is not necessarily the same as the other.
Like West Lee Street is great, doing great, but right there on 43 downtown, not so much.
Not so great. And but what I have found is that, I'm not just saying this to be cliche, but we have some really, really good people in Chickasaw. I have been to just about every neighborhood. Excuse me. I have been in every neighborhood. Let's say that. I haven't been to every house. That's what I meant to say.
I got you.
But I've been in every neighborhood. And so far, if you're asking me, what do I think about Chickasaw? We have got some of the finest residents, and our residents are great no matter what economic sector they're from.
Right.
Now, I'm sure there's some ugly out there, but but Rob, not one person since I've been campaigning has been ugly to me. Not one. Now, there may be out there, but I haven't met them yet.
That is awesome. Yeah. It's probably your magnetic personality that keeps them at bay.
Whatever.
Well, listen, since you have been campaigning, has any of the constituents, possible future constituents in Chickasaw, told you about any, hot topics, any regularly questions that they ask you that you've heard a lot?
Oh, they're asking me some hot topic questions. Well, I say hot topic. I have some common questions that come up a lot, and I think I know where it comes from. It comes from other candidates that are making an issue about things that are really not an issue. Like, for instance, one of the things this ask of me is, "Are you going to be able to work full time as a mayor?" So let's talk about that.
Yeah, you run a business right now.
Run a business. That's a good question, though. But here's the thing. Is that in no time in Chickasaw history has there ever been a full-time mayor.
Is that right?
Or a full-time city council.
I did not know that.
And think about all the prosperity we had at one time on a part-time mayor and a part-time city council.
That just doesn't sound right, Tyran. I mean, part-time?
Yeah, there's no full-time anything. Mobile is the only municipality that has a full-time mayor. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, I did not.
Creola. Look at Saraland. Saraland has a part-time mayor.
Whoa.
Yeah, who would have thought?
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Howard Rubenstein is a physician by day and a mayor by night, but he also is able to do both. But anyway, I do want to talk about that if I could for a second. So let's talk about the mayor. Let's talk about the mayoral.
You're talking about the incumbent.
Well, I'm just talking about the mayoral duties.
Okay.
So let's just talk about the mayoral duty. What are the duties of a mayor?
Good question.
Yeah, what are the duties of a mayor? And so, Paul Prine says it really well, and this is true. The city only has three things that they are responsible. That really, city government only provides three things.
What's that?
That's city services, city convenience, and safety. That's the three things that the mayor is really ultimately responsible for.
It's pretty basic.
Is those things.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if you did have full time, even if you sat in the office 8 hours a day, full time. What are you going to do 8 hours a day? What is a mayor going to do if those three things are the basic core responsibility? City services, city conveniences, and safety. What are you going to do? Well, I know what I'm going to do.
What's that?
I have the ability, thank goodness, because of me being able to own my own company. I have a company that's run by my daughter, who's the vice president.
Oh, okay.
She runs the day-to-day operation. I have a wonderful team that has everything handled for me. Really, I just have to be there for some decision-making and some guidance.
Gotcha.
I have the ample time that I need to run things in the city of Chickasaw that I need to.
So you can spend 8 hours a day full time as mayor,
if I needed to,
and then take care of your business
if I needed to. Here's the thing: is that this is what I tell people. I will put in the ample time that's required to do what needs to be done. But I'm not a sit behind your desk kind of person. I'm out hustling. I'm out talking to businesses. I'm out trying to generate things for the city. So my time won't be sitting in City Hall. It'll be out doing something.
You're going to be a working governor, huh?
Just like I am campaigning. People see me out in the neighborhood with my towel and walking the streets and everything.
Yeah, you're posting stuff every day.
It's the same. It's the same thing. It's just that I'm not doing it with a towel. I'll be doing it with a suit and tie.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
A little step up, huh?
A little step up.
So what are your plans for Chickasaw if you are elected, Tyran?
Beautification and business development are the core things, along with public safety.
Right.
We have some bad element that has found its way into our city, and I am determined to root that out.
Bad elements.
I'm sure it's that way in other communities, in other, I'm sure Mobile has a, bad element that
crimes or gangs.
Yeah, and so we have our share of that too. But there was a time where it did not exist, and I want to return us back to a time where those kind of bad elements don't exist.
How are you going to recruit new businesses coming to town? How would you do that?
So in my personal life as a business owner, that's what we have to do to stay afloat. A lot of people don't realize it, but we have salespeople, including myself, that have to go knock on a door, a business door,
right?
And we have to ask that business for an opportunity to come in and meet with them, and we have to share with them about what we do, our products and services, and then engage in conversation until it leads to an opportunity, and then the opportunity ultimately leads to a negotiation, which ultimately leads to a sale. That's called cold calling.
Right.
Cold calling. You may have been familiar with the
Business
term.
101, sales 101
Right.
anyway.
So the way I envision a mayor should operate, and especially a city like Chickasaw that desperately needs the business, we need someone who is not afraid to cold call. Somebody who's not afraid to hustle and get out there and beat the bushes, and because they're not just going to come to Chickasaw
right,
just on their own. And the reason why, earlier I talked about one of the things that Chickasaw needed was someone that's focused on marketing.
Right.
Because you haven't had anybody, I ask everybody all the time, when's the last time you've seen any kind of positive news about Chickasaw? Unless it's in our little local community, you don't hear about it outside.
Right.
Well, there's investors all over the place, and if they don't hear about it through some other positive means or whatever, they will never know what we have to offer. And Chickasaw has got some great things to offer. Look, we got the waterways.
Right.
We're not doing anything to make any revenue off of our waterways. That is going to be a big focus of mine.
Good point.
I'm an outdoors person, and I know what the value of the waterways can be. That's got to be developed.
Awesome.
It's not developed correctly right now, but it could be, and it's a segue to Chickasaw Park, and we should really be capitalizing on this opportunity.
Absolutely.
We're not. If you haven't been to Chickasaw Park lately, you need to go. Rob, that place is beautiful. In fact, this is what I felt when the first time I went to Chickasaw Park after they opened it recently.
Right.
After I experienced everything they had to offer, I'm sitting there thinking, and this is terrible, but I go, how do we deserve something like this? It was that magnificent.
Chickasaw Park has always been a jewel down here in Mobile.
Well, let me tell you, if you haven't been to it, so Chickasaw, if we do it correctly, we need to capitalize on that.
Absolutely.
And I've got an idea for what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna share it with the world here because I got people watching that won't steal my ideas. But I already know what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be magnificent. So, but anyway, we're gonna capitalize on that, and we're going to improve our waterways. We're going to capitalize, make sure we make money off of our waterways, because it's a money magnet. We're getting that off of it right now. Our historic district is another thing.
Yeah.
Our historic district needs some love. It's a great place, but a lot of people don't know that we have a historic district in Chickasaw, and if we do what I am planning on doing with the historic district, it's going to increase home values, and as it increases home values, it increases interest from the outside, and pretty soon people start to look at Chickasaw and they go, man, I'd like to live over there, because we're centrally located and we've got really the best of everything. Listen, we're just far enough outside of Mobile, but still close enough to Mobile,
Right.
to where
right.
we're not in the hustle bustle. That's what I love about Chickasaw. I love that about
traffic
and all that kind of stuff. We have just the right population. There's just the right number of houses that it's not going to be ever too big or anything. But we do need to increase that business traffic through there to get businesses spending money in Chickasaw, where we can have another source of revenue.
Sounds like you're coming up with a business plan already.
Yeah.
Well, listen, how will you govern? I mean, what do people expect from Mayor Colvin?
You have seen some of my videos, of course.
Oh, yes, I've seen them all.
I don't know if you saw the video where I took people behind the scenes and I showed them my company, brought them in and said, and the theme of the video was basically some people talk the talk and other people's walk the walk. There's some people that just talk about a plan. I actually do a plan. I actually execute a plan. I mean, you can talk about things and talk about what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I actually am trying to show people what I can do.
Right.
So that's what that video is about.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now that you've seen that and it's out there, I'll just tell you. So what you can expect from a Colvin administration is you'll expect organization,
mm-hmm.
Management, and I won't say it will be strict management, but not to the point where it makes people uncomfortable, not people wanting to work. Strict management meaning that if I expect something from you, I'm going to inspect it later. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I call it inspect what you expect, stuff like that. So if we have a task for any employee inside the city, they can expect me to check up on them and to validate what they're doing or verify what they're doing. Excuse me. So there'll be some strict management in that sense. There will be a unity I hope to bring that has never been there before. I've heard some horror stories about how some of the employees have been treated in the past. Some of the things that I heard would have never happened under my administration. Because I don't believe in treating people ugly.
Right.
Even if they deserve it, I don't believe it. I don't believe you need to treat people ugly. And I have always been very good at team building.
Right.
And I will take that and bring that to the city. For instance, my company is 17 years old,
mm-hmm.
and 65% of my employees have been with me more than 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So what does that tell you?
Pretty good record.
Well, it tells you that they don't want to leave for whatever.
You're easy to get along with.
We get along great, and so I've had one of my employees do a video for me.
I saw that.
I didn't really want her to do that. She insisted on it. Her name was Jessica.
It was awesome.
Yeah, she used to actually be the city clerk in Chickasaw.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right.
No wonder she's so well spoken.
Yeah. And but anyway, she does a remarkable job for me, and what she does for me, I think, is her calling in life. Actually, that's what she needs to be doing. She's phenomenal, and she has exceeded not only my expectations, but she's exceeded hers.
So if you become mayor, you're going to take her with you to City Hall?
No, she said she never wants to go back to City Hall.
She don't want to get back in politics.
No,
huh?
They kind of did her dirty. Yeah, but she's glad to be out of that now, and she looks back now and doesn't miss it at all.
So you got two opponents running against you. Some sergeant, a retired sergeant in the Army, and of course the incumbent now. What do they think about Tyran Colvin?
Good question. You'd have to ask them, I guess. But I don't know what they think, but they follow my page, and the comparison is I don't follow theirs. So I mean, I don't know. I don't pay attention to no one. I'm focused squarely on what I'm trying to accomplish. It's Chickasaw, and my motivation has never varied or wavered or anything. I saw a need. I saw how I could fill a need, and I've been focused on that mission and that mission only. And any of this outside noise or whatever that it may come up with, people want to try to draw you into an argument, things like that. I'm not saying my opponents do. I'm just saying in general, because social media can get nasty.
Yes, it can.
And
Politics can be nasty.
I don't pay attention to any of that. I don't.
Okay.
I don't look at it. In fact, a lot of people think that I'm on social media all day long because I post things. What they don't realize is things that I post, I've had it scheduled weeks in advance.
Right.
Yeah, I think I've told you that.
Yeah, you got a schedule.
Yeah, you said you post every day, and I was like, yeah, but I did that a month ago, and I posted all that. I posted all that a month ago and put it on the schedule where I only took one day out of my life to do a post. But I don't even get on social media. Somebody has to come tell me. Like they had a candidate meet the candidate forum in our city a couple of weeks ago, and
I wish I'd have known.
Yeah, and I didn't. Well, it had been out there on social media for days before I even knew it.
Okay.
And somebody had to come tell me. They said, "Hey, do you know? Are you going to that?" I'm like, "What? I don't even know what you're talking about." So
look, we've gotten a pretty good bit of information about the man.
Okay.
Tell the audience here, the listeners, all the fans, some interesting things about you that they may not know about. Who is Tyran Colvin? What kind of guy is he?
So that's a good gotcha question there, because it could.
Well, I didn't mean to get you.
I know it could be. It could help me or hurt me. It's one of those type things.
Roll Tide or War Eagle?
Roll Tide. Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, so that's one of the things too. Yeah, because you could go for the wrong team and I'm not going to vote for him. I really wish politics was like Alabama and Auburn, because my neighbor across the street, they're Auburn, and I'm Alabama. We get along great.
Yeah.
I mean, why can't we do that in politics? Really?
Amen to that.
Yeah, and but so what is something that people may not know about me?
What kind of music you like?
Well, actually, I was going to tell you. I like to listen to rock music, and I like to listen to it very loud.
Rock and roll.
Yes,
huh?
and when I'm in my car by myself, you may not realize it, but I'm jamming.
Who's your favorite bands?
Well, I have so many, because I come up what I think was in the greatest era ever, the 70s and 80s.
Me too.
And so for me, it's going to be Tom Sawyer, Rush. It's going to be Boston. It's going to be ELO. That's one of my favorite bands, actually. ELO.
ELO, yeah. They put out, Jeff Lynne put out some real good music.
Yes, and of course, when I buy a vehicle or whatever, I buy a vehicle built around the sound system. It's the sound system first, and then it's everything else next.
Most people will look at the car, the style of the car, the interior, what kind of motor engine it has.
The car I'm driving now, it is built perfect, and
because of the sound system.
The sound system. When I'm sitting in my driver's seat, I mean, really, you can get immersed, because it's like being at a concert. I mean, I just absolutely love it, and so. Don't be surprised if I'm elected as your mayor. You come into City Hall and some background music's playing. I'm serious, because I love music. I work to music. When I'm in my office, I got music going all the time.
Okay.
When I'm out in the yard, I got earphones on, or either ear pods or whatever. But I've got music usually going on all the time, and that's what causes the head to bounce, and that's what causes the energy to stay up. So that may be something nobody knows.
Awesome.
And if you see me campaigning with a piece of my ear, I'm listening to music.
Are you singing out loud too?
I don't sing. God did not see fit to give me singing ability or music. I can't play a musical instrument, but I can play the radio like crazy.
There you go.
I'm a professional at that.
Okay, then. Yeah. Well, listen, Tyran, thank you so much, man, for coming by the studio and talking to me.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Rob.
You're welcome. Rob Morris here from Mobile Pirate Radio with the sit-down talk with Tyran Colvin. 19 days until election, folks. Get on it. Get registered to vote and go down to vote. I want to thank you for joining me. We'll talk to you soon.